And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Gonna be talking some Prizepicks MLB, some WNBA MLB. Pretty nice slate, being that we can combine the two sports here tonight. There's no NBA going on, but plenty of MLB and WNBA action. So I already got a bunch of props I've locked in, a bunch of different tickets. So we'll be going through them. Had a massive day yesterday in the MLB. Not one, but two sweeps on Prizepicks over in the VIP. So it was fantastic. We cashed in big over there. And on the stream, I'm just going to be sharing with you actual props I'm playing. Like the same process that went into this ticket. It's every day, right? We're finding the best value we can. We're doing things like having some positive correlation in our tickets. You can see in this particular ticket, I had the Aaron Nola fantasy score on Philly, the Schwarber and Harper over hitter fantasy score. Those are going to be positively correlated because of how the fantasy scoring format works. If Aaron Nola gets a win, he's going to get a nice bonus in the pitching fantasy scoring department. And the way he's going to get a win is by his offense supporting him. So if you can find an offense in a good spot to go along with the pitcher in a good spot, it really does positively correlate. So we were able to cash in big doing so, man. That was kind of like a little bit of the thought process as to what went behind this. There's a lot more that goes into it for sure, but like if you can put yourself in a position to really win and correlate your tickets, like that's what it's all about. So we had this one, and we also had another one, which was kind of a similar story of targeting those pitchers that I really liked, and then we went ahead and we threw in a Gunnar Henderson and a Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt plays for the Royals, so that's going to help out, you know, if he's coming through to get Singer that win bonus, which he did. And then Gunnar Henderson plays for the Orioles. If he comes through, it's going to help out Corbin Burns. Now, obviously, if the offense is in a bad spot, like this all goes out the window. The stars kind of have to align here. But these were two beautifully constructed tickets. And we cashed in big, man. So do want to... I got to give a shout out to the Discord real quick and pull it up. And if you read the chat, guys, I'm going to be doing a giveaway here today for anyone that has never been a VIP member. I really want people to try this product. This giveaway is only going to qualify for people that have not been one before. If you've been one before and you left, I'd love to have you rejoin. It's just if you do, like, you're not going to qualify for this refund. So I just want to make that known. We have to buy the Patreon. Yes, the only reason you have to purchase it up front is because I have bots and security measures on Patreon that the only way you can get access to my Discord is by purchasing it. And then when you do, you're automatically going to be given access, right? So for this giveaway, what I'm going to be doing is if you've never been a member, and I can see if you have, so if you've been a member, and you think you're going to get refunded, you're not going to, right? So because I can see on the back end of Patreon, if you've been someone in the past and you canceled or you left, I can see when you were a member and when you left, if that makes sense, right? So if you're someone that's been a member in the past and you'd like to rejoin, I'd love to have you rejoin. You just won't qualify for this giveaway. So I want to make that clear. So make sure you read everything. But the first 10 people today only that sign up are going to get refunded instantly. I did a giveaway the other day to someone that was watching the stream as well. It was their birthday. I just said, hey, man, message me on Instagram or Twitter. Show that it was your YouTube account, and I will give you a giveaway. He sent me a screenshot in, a personal DM of his account, his view history of clearly he was watching the stream. It was obviously like clearly him. His name matched all the above. So, I can see all this stuff. So I want to give an opportunity for 10 different people to get instantly refunded. It will take 5 to 7 business days is the only, that's just to make that clear. I put that all there because it's all on Patreon. It's hosted on Patreon. That's how this works, right? And then, like I said, as far as like why you have to purchase it, I don't do the 7-day free trial, and I don't do giveaways without doing the refund because people, unfortunately, aren't the greatest people sometimes on the earth, and they'll try to like run a card that's going to get declined and then try to get in for free. Being, when you run it every single day, such as myself, I see everything, so I just have to put security measures in place to make sure that that's not going on and people aren't, hacking through, and then the people that are supporting me and paying, people are getting it for free. Does that make sense? I think that's more than reasonable, but that is why I have to do it this way. Unfortunately, there's always going to be freaking people that are trying to take advantage. I have rules in the Discord that you can't share your payment information. You can't be Venmoing other members because I've had people try to rip people off. So these are all for the better of my community. These are all rules I put in place to avoid these things. I don't want anybody getting ripped off or, their money being taken away because someone's saying to Venmo them and then they take it all. I've had to ban people from my Discord because people didn't follow that rule. So I constantly put new rules and say, don't do this, man. Don't trust people on the internet you don't know. But yes, anyways. So read the giveaway terms. It was a fantastic day over there. We had the 2 sweeps. I'm going to give some shout outs, and then on this free stream, I will be sharing actual props that I'm playing, right? So we've already got Betr tickets locked in. We've already got Prizepicks tickets locked in. So I've already got the tickets in play. We might not be able to share the exact combination on the stream. Ideally, honestly, if I can share an exact ticket with you guys, I will absolutely do that. And we can break down exactly why I like the props. We'll break down why I locked them in. But yes, 10 people can qualify for this giveaway. Read the terms and conditions. All you have to do is like the stream, comment on the stream, in the chat or the comments after this ends. The giveaway is going to last all the way till 11:59 p.m. Eastern time tonight, and it's going to be the first 10 people. Should 10 people sign up and get refunded, I'm going to immediately post on my Patreon page a public post that says the giveaway's done, right? I'm going to list the 10 first names and first letter of the last name, so I'm not exposing people's full names of who won the giveaway, the 10, so that if you go to my Patreon page and you're a new member and you like the giveaway, and you just so happen to be the 11th or 12th, you can see that, so you know the giveaway's over and nobody's signing up expecting to get refunded and not. Hopefully that makes sense. I'd like to do a lot more of these. This is gonna be the first one I've done. I've been trying to do a lot more of this stuff given away. If you have any questions about the package, you can ask me, but it seems the number one thing that stops people at first is the cost, which I understand. If you don't know, if you haven't tried it, you're like, I'm paying somebody, $50 a month. What am I going to get? This is a good alternative. I don't care about the cost. I want to help people way more than they help me. Is like, that's how this works. If nobody was making money off it, nobody would be interested. So I just want to help, man. That's all. And this is going to be a nice way of hopefully helping. So let's give some quick shout outs. Right now, I'm going to go through the winner circles. You can see all the people that tailed yesterday, and then we'll get into the actual picks. That was a long intro, but I just want to explain the giveaway, what's going on, why I have to do it the way I do it. It's like someone just asked, why do we have to buy in order to be put in the giveaway? That's a reasonable question. I understand completely. That's why. When you run the business full time like me, you see everything of people trying to get through walls to get in there. So if that makes sense. I have had to learn along the way some things to avoid that. Keep my members safe. Keep the Discord safe. So anyways, let's give some shout outs, man. And then we'll get into the breakdown. I promise we're going to be giving actual props that I'm playing here today, all right, for free. So we'll be getting into that. We'll be giving you a 6-pick flex on Prizepicks. I'll be trying to get some better picks in as well, if at all possible. There's going to be a lot of removals and bumps, but here we go. Shout outs, real quick, guys. Ricky24. So you can see those 4 pitchers props. He knocked into a nice 4-man, turning a 10 into 100, cashing in there. He had the 6-man flex, 5 and a 125 on that first combination we talked about, and the 5 and a 125 on that second combination of the 6-pick flex. So shout out to Ricky. Dylan cashing in, using a little bit of a mix and match, some of his own picks in this one actually, with my own. He likes some other pitcher fantasy scores, so he threw those in, 5 and a 125 there. 10 into 100 using some of those same picks. Had the actual slips, like I said, that I share myself and I placed with a 5 and a 125 on that Harper-Schwarber combination. He had that 4 pick as well with the pitchers. I know a lot of people in the Discord saw the combination. I was running those 5 and 6-pick flexes, and they said, hey, man, what do you think about running the 4-pick power with just the pitchers? Because we've got exposure to them in multiple tickets. So paid off for them. 10 into 100, 20 into 200 there, mixing in some Nerfies as well to go along with those props. So huge day for Dylan. Shout out to you, man. We had Quise 0608 as well, 50 into 1250. So I mean, that's beautiful. That's a perfect example of, one day. I mean, that's multiple months membership, and the membership pays for itself. That's literally the goal, right? Riddix as well, 5 and 125 on that one combo. He had 5 and 125 on the second, and then 5 and 125 on a third. Oh, I'm sorry. This one was a double up. My bad. So this was actually a third variation I ran of that. I had interest in the 3 offenses: the Yankees, the Phillies, and the that Royals-Orioles combination. So we could have had 3 sweeps, man. And the Yankees scored like 7+ runs. Juan Soto didn't come through, but we'll take the 2. But Ackley, 20 into 500. Shout out to you, my man. Long-time member there. 20 into 500 again, and 10 into 100 here. Joe Drift, 5 into 50 with that 4-man power. Eros, 25 into 50 here with the double up with that Juan Soto, right? Then he had the sweeps, the 25 and a 625, 25 and a 625. Shout out to you. Kenshiro Powell cashing in big. 5 and a 125 here, that double up. 5 and a 125, and then 5 and a 10. This was that Kelsey Plum. I actually shared this for free on the stream last time in the WNBA where she hooked us. And then these are my own, obviously. I pulled them up on the screen for you guys, but these are the actual plays I'm playing, sharing in there. And then Joe Drift running a nice 4-pick combo. And a lot more, guys. I mean, I just want to show appreciation to every single one of these guys in here. We had some good good NBA picks. Good pivot here by Big Jokes with the McConnell rebounds. We had a double up on this one with the official ticket I placed because we had the under McConnell assist and he ended up going over. So that was a double up on the official ticket that I placed. But he cashed in. Dylan, once again, mixing the MLB and the NBA picks. Cashing a big again. Ed the Fred, man, 100 into 1,000 here with the MLB and the NBA. 35 and 875. 35 and 875 again. So it was just beautiful. I just want to make sure everyone in the Discord's known they're appreciated. Every single one of you, this is what the community's about. It wouldn't be what it is without you guys. And I want to continue to grow it. So, and then we had the sleeper. Ran the Jokic over PRA and the over 6.5 strikeouts here for Corbin Burns. Turned 500 to 1390. And lastly, I am doing sportsbooks picks as well now. Karl Anthony Towns over 0.5 steals. There's some really good value on FanDuel, and this prop was minus 105. That was listed all the way up to like 130 in some places. So we took advantage of the FanDuel action. So that's the FanDuel, the DraftKings, all that stuff I've been slowly rolling out. You're going to see more and more of that content from me, and I'm starting a second YouTube channel. That's going to be the KJK DSP portion of things here. So shout out to every single one of you guys. Guys, once again, first 10 people that sign up before midnight tonight are going to be refunded immediately if you have not been. So read the terms. I'll also comment them and pin them at the top after the stream's done for people that are coming through after. All you got to do is like, comment, and not have been a member in the past. I can see when you've been a member in the past on the back end. So if you're someone that signed up before and you left and you try to come back, you're not going to qualify for the giveaway. I just want to make that known. I want new people that haven't tried the product to come in, because if the price tag's an issue, I got no issues refunding you the first month. Try it out. I promise you there's a lot of value to be had. So gonna get a lot more value than the $49.99 you're paying. Okay, so let's get into the actual picks portion. Shout out, I gotta give some shout outs, man. Let's talk about what I like today. My guy back with the MLB. Made so much bread off MLB picks last season. Yes, man. I've been in MLB streets for quite some time, so I know what I'm talking about. Need another big cash today in the VIP. Trayvon, thanks for coming through, man. Great day, Terrio. Thanks for coming through. And let's talk about it, man. If you want to see something specific, let me know in the chat. But I'm going to be giving out a 6-pick flex for WNBA, MLB before we're done with this stream for sure. I got a bunch of different plays we've already locked in, so we will go through and explain exactly why I like them. We'll start with the WNBA. Why not? Because I should actually be able to place an actual slip on the stream today with you guys with the WNBA. It'll just consist of the same picks I've already used in a different combo probably. Because I haven't reached my cap on the WNBA picks yet. I think they're going to let me put one more 6-pick flex in before they say I'm capped on my account, which would be beautiful because we can review these together and lock in together. The MLB, I think I'll capped out my picks, so I'll probably just have to pull up my tickets I've already locked in and share the picks with you guys, and we can break them down. So WNBA, we got 38 people in here, 18 likes, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. You've come to the right place if you're looking for help with Prizepicks fantasy format props. I'm going to help you with WNBA. I'm going to help you with MLB. And I'm going to teach you a lot of different things of how to succeed at this long term. So, all right, so let's do this, man. For the WNBA, I guess if it's available. Oh, wow. Massive bump. All right, so here's a perfect example. I haven't even seen this yet. I've been busy trying to get on streaming with the MLB picks. It's a good example of capturing early value with the VIP. Jonquel Jones, my play of the day. She was at 32.5. Extremely, extremely misrepresented. This is more appropriate. This kind of sucks because I wanted to share this with you guys. I actually did not know this got bumped. So I'm not going to promote that. That's a pretty big bump. I'll say I got her going for the upper 30s, so I still think she clears this line. It's just not smart to be playing bumps when they bump the props. Jeff says, thanks for the sweep yesterday, my man. No problem, Jeff. You're in the VIP, I take it. Thank you, sir, for giving me that. Thank you. Jonquel Jones was my play of the day. So she was at 32.5. It's now at 34. So that sucks. I'm not going to promote this play on the stream today because that's a huge bump. That's just too much. I got plenty of more props. Oh, it's J Smack. What's up, J? Yeah, obviously I know you. My bad. Hey, the full name's different than the J Smack. All right. So, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so we're not going to promote that. It's been bumped. What are some other props that I like? Carrington's another prop. She's at 27.5. I already locked this in earlier. I mean, what was she at earlier? I got the two screens going up so I can pull her up here. She was at 26.5. That's more reasonable, but I'm still going to not play that because it was bumped. What other props do I like here? Ionescu. Rebounds is a prop that I'm on. I'm also on her 3-pointers made. But there was some good correlation with taking the Ionescu over and the Brianna Stewart under. So this is actually a combo that I did run in the 6-pick flex that I already did lock in. So we can start things off with these two ladies. And I can break down exactly why I like these two plays. One, they're going to positively correlate. Why is that? They're both on the same team. They both play for the New York Liberty. So if both players are on the same team, obviously each rebound that there's out there to be grabbed during the duration of the game, only one person can grab, right? That's just common sense. But like maybe you're new, you're learning how to construct tickets that hasn't quite gone through your head yet. There's a nice little piece of advice, right? That's just one step to this all, though, right? The main reason we want these two props is because of market data that tells us with millions of dollars invested, what props are expected to perform on a given day and night. So you'll hear me talk about this tool on the streams on the channel. It is the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And what this is doing is it's pulling in all of the millions of dollars of sportsbook data into an optimizer, and it's telling us which props are expected to hit at the highest rate, right? So this is one tool that I use. If you like this tool throughout the stream, you can get 25% off my promo code KJKDFS. And the reason I use it is exactly what I'm saying here, right? We can just simply look up Sabrina Ionescu and see her top props on the entire board. They're now listing the best possible prop for her actually as her rebounds and assist prop. There's minus 136 juice on the under on this one, so you could certainly make an argument for that. Just keep in mind there's only one book listing this line, and it's FanDuel Sportsbook. So I do like to try to get as many data points as I can possibly get. If we go to our rebounds prop, there's a little bit more data points going on. I will say this has swung since I locked it in, which kind of stinks. Now we're looking at like even money, a little bit on the under. So luckily for me, I did positively correlate the two plays in that ticket, like I said, which should help my case. But earlier in the day, there was some juice coming in. It was like minus 130, minus 140 on the over on rebounds for Ionescu. So it does look like the market has changed a little bit here, right? So literally in real time, this is going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get burnt. It's just the way that these props apps go. So I will fully admit this prop's not looking quite as good now. But the good thing about that slip that I did lock in once again is I took the over on the 5.5 rebounds for Ionescu and the under on Storch. So we're still getting that positive correlation even though we're getting bit by that swing in the data as far as the market's concerned. So that ticket's still going to be positively correlated that I had locked in earlier. Let's look at the Brianna Stewart play. Once again, the market's always changing, guys. A lot of times you're going to lock in props. They're going to get bumped like crazy. I've already locked in like, I don't know how many props today, 5 different Prizepicks tickets. And the majority of them have swung in our favor, right? So we were able to beat the bumps and get good value. But sometimes like what I just reviewed live on stream happens. It stinks when it happens, but it will happen just for full transparency. So that's another reason why I want to correlate these tickets though. Because now we're looking at even money for Ionescu. So they're pretty much saying like it's a 50-50 chance she's going to go over or under. So if that's the case, it's just like don't play the prop, right? So I would have probably not have played that prop if I were locking in right now. Let's see if Storch changed at all. Once again, we can pull up her lines here. She's pretty much around even money, so minus 125 on the under on BetMGM, similar to what I was seeing earlier. Honestly, it wasn't like anything too crazy on the under, but once again, it was the correlation that I liked. It was like minus 120, minus 130 on the under, so it's like let's take that Ionescu value, let's take the Stewart value, get some correlation going, and we're going to feel good about that. Another prop that I'm on, though, for Stewart is I do have quite a bit of interest in some three-point props here in the WNBA action tonight because we're looking at some pretty heavy juice on some books that you don't have to pay on Prizepicks. So let's talk about everybody's favorite, the new star in the WNBA in Clark, because I do have some interest in her three-point prop here today. So let's discuss it, right? So when it comes to Caitlin Clark, her best possible prop on the board now is 25.5 points and rebounds. You can see her second best is going to be this over 3-pointers prop. This is the one I have interest in, the one I've already locked in myself. So we can just go ahead and start the stream off. Once again, they're all props that I've already placed. We're just probably going to be doing a little bit of a different combo here and sharing them with you here on the stream. Caitlin Clark. If you don't know her, she's pretty much changed the game of women's basketball. She can shoot from Steph Curry range, very good shooter. This is all going to be reflected in the market data that we discussed throughout the stream. But if you were to go to, let's say, DraftKings Sportsbook, you would have to risk $130 to win $100 on the over on this three-point prop. Why is that? The reason that is, for those of you that are new to sports betting and you don't know what these odds mean, it's just their way of saying there's a higher likelihood that Caitlin Clark is going to make 4 or more three-pointers tonight than the likelihood that she makes 3 or less. So when you go to DraftKings Sportsbook with the minus 130 line, to make it even math, the simplest way I find to explain this is going to boil down no matter what you say here as far as entry fees, but being that 100 is one nice even number and it's easy to explain. Minus 130, you would have to risk $130 to win $100. So you'd have to risk more than you're winning to win that $100, right? Does that make sense? 130 to win 100. If you were to head on over to Bovada, you'd have to risk $160 to win $100. So they're saying like, there's a really good chance Caitlin Clark's going to make 4 or more three-pointers. 4 or more three-pointers, the over 3.5. We are not going to let you, place this bet without having to risk way more than what you're winning. It's just too likely to happen. So that's how these odds work. That's how Prizepicks works on the back end. You can't see it behind the, the wall there of the board. There's the market changing all the time, and they're changing these props based upon that, right? if you're new to the channel and you don't know, in a Prizepicks 5 or 6 pick flex, which is all we want to be playing, that's the only thing you'll see me play, the only thing you see me promote on the channel, because the math behind it, it's the best possible way to win money long term, okay? So if you're someone that's like, well, I don't care about long term, I just want some locks, I just want to win tonight, go to a different channel because this isn't for you. I teach people how to win long term on these apps. I'm not interested in the one night win and then losing it all the next 3 nights and then never winning at the end of the year. That's not how I operate. I teach people how to win throughout the year, the months, the weeks, right? There'll be good runs, there'll be bad runs, but if you stick to the process, this is the best way to do it. And the reason is because you're getting minus 119 implied odds in a 5 or 6 pick flex on Prizepicks. Once again, so behind the board, all the stuff you can't see, the math, I've gone ahead and I've broken it down for you. This is in my Discord. These are the best possible slip types that you can be placing on Prizepicks for long-term profit, because you're having to pay the price that we just talked about in each one of these entries. You just can't see it. So if you didn't know that, now you do. You're having to pay 119 for each play that you lock in on Prizepicks in a 5 or 6 pick flex. The next possible entry that you could be placing is a 4 pick power play. You're having to pay 128 on that. It's a big difference. So you're having to pay the 128 to win 100 on the 4 power entry over the long term. You're only having to pay 119 to win 100 over the long term in a 5 pick flex and a 6 pick flex. So that's why you want to be playing only those. Think of it as you're going to the grocery store, you're buying something off Facebook Marketplace, whatever the case may be, you want to get the best price. You don't want to get ripped off, right? So when we are able to lock in props on Prizepicks in 5 and 6 pick flex entries that are favored on sportsbooks higher than 119, ideally we'd like to get props that are like minus 500, but that's just not going to happen. A lot of times you're going to be sitting in that 130, 150 range maximum as far as the value you're able to get. Like as soon as it hits 150, oftentimes Prizepicks is going to be removing it and or bumping it from the board. So we're paying minus 119 implied odds in a 5 or 6 pick flex, right? And if you were to pull up the data once again, as far as how Vegas is pricing this prop for Caitlin Clark, this tool is just streamlining that data. You could visit, for instance, you could go to DraftKings Sportsbook right now, pull this up on your phone or your computer, whatever device you're on, and you're going to see if you go to Caitlin Clark's 3-pointer prop, it's going to be minus 130. This tool is just pulling it in, streamlining it, and telling us the best props we can get on the Prizepicks board and the odds percentage that it's going to hit. So it's making us capture that value quicker. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So there's a little lesson for you. If you didn't know how all this works, that's going to be very valuable to you long term to help you win on these apps. If you actually listen and you actually apply what I'm saying, it's really going to help you if you're playing every day. Okay. So with the concepts out of the way, let's get into the actual picks. And we'll just be quicker about it now that I've given a little bit of a lesson to start things off here. It's 3:28 p.m. Eastern time. I plan on streaming up until 4 o'clock if I have to. So that is a little breakdown, and that's why I like the Caitlin Clark prop for number 1. Okay. So that'll be number 1. Brianna Stewart, you can say the same exact thing if we pull up her 3-point prop. There's once again some pretty aggressive juice coming in, specifically on that Bovada. Well, it's down a little bit now, but she's 125, 108, so that was looking like a decent prop. I probably would go with a different one right now for you guys live on stream just to try to find some better value. Bonner was another one that was looking really good earlier in the day. So let's go ahead and see where her prop's sitting now. It's looking decent, 125, 125. Some of these are starting to go up. Another tool that I like to use is the OddsJam Sportsbook screen. So you'll hear me talk about this all the time on stream because literally we can pull in every single piece of live market data all at once. So the optimizer on the Daily Grind Fantasy optimizer is going to pull in the props as it actually relates to, the Prizepicks board. OddsJam, the sportsbook screen, is going to pull in literally every single place you could possibly go. So if you're a little bit more of an advanced user and you actually know, how to scan all these different sports books, like myself, I've been doing this for a long time, so this is very valuable to me because I can just see them all. This is very valuable. They also do have an optimizer on OddsJam. The same concept, that's a very good optimizer, so I'll try to pull that in and feature that more on the streams because that's another valuable tool. But KJKD has to get you 35% off this. If you are interested, it's going to allow you to do all those things we were discussing, pull in all the data. So for Caitlin Clark, For instance, this is her three-pointers made across the entire industry. Of these, I have every single sportsbook pulled in possible, 188. Her average odds, pulling in every single possible data point that you can see across the market, is 132.4 average on the over. So being that we're getting 119 and a 6-pick flex, that's phenomenal. Like, this is even more detailed. Ballybet 139, BetMGM 130, Bet Rivers 139. If you were going over to the sleeper app, it's 137. Okay, so I mean, you're getting charged a lot more there. So yeah, Caitlin Clark would be one. Let's talk about Ionescu. She's another heavy usage three-point usage player, obviously, because her line is set at 3.5. There was some pretty aggressive juice going towards her over earlier in the day. Looks like that's kind of mellowed out a little bit as well. So, like, hate to say it, probably want to go with a different one here. This fantasy got bumped. I like Alyssa Thomas's assists. So let's talk about her. Over 8.5 assists. There's some good value coming in on the market with this. She's expected to go over. She's favored in a ton of different places. So we can talk about her real quick. It'll be the same concept. Over 8.5, 121.7 across the industry. You can see if you went over to DraftKings Sportsbook, you'd have to risk that 130 again. Okay, so like that's a big difference. The 130 on DraftKings as opposed to the 119 we're getting on Prizepicks. Thank you. Yes, please. The score is up to 130. ESPN bets up to 130. All of these different data points are telling us that there is good value on the over 8.5 assists. So more data, the better. Okay, there's another prop that we can talk about. Like her. What else do we like here? The stored three-pointers. The Jonquil Jones got bumped. Is Boston still available here? Yep, I liked this points prop on the 11.5. So we can talk about her. Let's go back to Daily Grind and pull her up here. This is all the data points that we want to tell us what's going on here, right? So we have all of these data points telling us the overs more expected to hit. Millions of dollars invested. 128 on the over on FanDuel, 130 on the over on DraftKings, 120 on the over on Caesars, 130 on the over on Bovada. Okay, so we're getting a good bang for a buck on this prop. All the research, all the stuff that you think you can do with the analytics and all that stuff's factored into these lines. Okay, I'm a big analytics guy. You know, there's certain sports that's different. When it comes to baseball, I'll say I do dial in a little bit more analytics because baseball specifically, there's so many data points without odds as well. It's ridiculous. And it's pitcher versus hitter versus hitter versus hitter. So you can literally break down every single guy in the lineup and every single factor when it comes to that. So, you know, every sport's different. Nalissa Smith, rebounds. I liked quite a bit here. If it hasn't been bumped. 7.5 rebounds. Take the over. I know for a fact she's one of the top rebounders in the entire WNBA for covering it the last few years. She is a monster on the glass. Like if you were to pull up all of the different data sets for top rebounds leaders in the entire WNBA, Nalissa Smith is going to be up there. So that's all factored in the odds. Once again, we can go ahead and pull up the OddsJam Sportsbook screen and get as detailed as we can get here so I can explain to you guys. Like, once again, we have millions and millions of dollars of data pulled up on the screen here, streamlined to you guys live. 130 on the over on FanDuel, 120 on the over on DraftKings, 132 on Ballybet, so you'd have to risk 132 to win 100 over there. They're saying there's no way we're letting you get this 145 on Sleeper. So if you're someone that plays on the Sleeper app, like, they're charging you way more to lock in this prop over there than they are on Prizepicks. So yes, please, we'll take it on Prizepicks, not Sleeper. Does that make sense? And then average odds, we're looking at 128.2 across the entire market. So yes, please, good prop on Nalissa Smith. We will take this. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 props. What else do I like? Let's do a little data check here. I mean, there's going to be new props populating as well. I just really want to promote props that I've actually locked in myself, if at all possible. If I have to pivot to something that has better value, I will certainly do so to help you guys out on the stream. But, you know, there's typically enough props that I've locked in throughout the day that I'm going to like. I mean, Brianna Stewart's three-pointers, it's still 160 over on Bovada. We could certainly talk about that. Bonner and... yeah, we have 4 different props selected here. So we can't lock in my play of the day, which really stinks. That would have been the first one I would have really liked to give into you guys for free today. The Jonquil Jones fantasy at 32.5 was such a good play. It got a bump to 34 is insane. But we can't take that now, so it is what it is. Hey guys, I'm dropping a full 6-pick flex. We got 48 people in here, only 28 likes. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you're someone that has not signed up for my VIP ever in the past, like this stream, leave a comment in the chat or the comment after I end this stream. Go to my Patreon and purchase the VIP package, and I will instantly refund you if you meet all the requirements. If you just scroll to the top of the chat, I put in all the requirements for the giveaway. I will also post the requirements of the giveaway as the top pinned comment of the stream when it ends. And the only reason you have to purchase and then get refunded, it'll take 5 to 7 business days. I explained at the beginning of the stream, is for security reasons. I have to ensure the Discord stays secure and that there's no crazy people in there trying to take advantage of others in my Discord. So I have many security measures in place to ensure that doesn't happen. Everyone's in a safe environment, okay? So that's why you have to go through the purchasing process, and then I will refund you immediately. It'll take 5 to 7 business days. If you haven't been a member before and you sign up today, the first 10 people, I'm refunding immediately, so you get that free month of the VIP. We had a huge day yesterday. I talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but we had 2 MLB sweeps. I will be sharing an MLB 6-pick flex with you as well. So we're getting a WNBA and an MLB 6-pick before the stream ends. Promise. And they're all plays I've already played myself that I'm actually backing. So 1, 2, 3, 4 different props that we've talked about. There we go. What else do I like? The 3-pointer props for Bonner is really popping to me here. We'll take her. She hasn't gone over this yet this season. She's had a terrible start from behind the arc. She's a much better shooter than what she's shown. Unfortunately, I have 27,000 tabs open. I had to close some before I go on stream. But I mean, she's a really good 3-point shooter and a good player overall. You can see she knocked down 4 back-to-back games against the Liberty on the 9th and October 1st. She just had a couple of tough shooting games the last couple times out. But the 1.5 lines of steal with her shot volume and her shot-making ability. And then once again, she is favored on all those Vegas points we're talking about consistently throughout this stream. So we could be talking about her. All right, so how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really good plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have to come up with a 6th one. And being that I've already sent these, I mean, yeah, let me just, I'll lock it in on the side screen, my 6th and final pick, guys. And I'll send it to my VIP first, just so that they get all the picks before anyone else does, so that they can tail the stream slip. Once again, I've already played all these, right? It's just we're doing a different combo than the other 6-pick flexes that I locked in. So we have 5. Let me find the 6th. We'll lock it in together. We got 44 people in here, 33 likes. Get this thing up to 40 likes. I'll drop the 6-pick flex. It should be very easy to get it to 40. And then I just need to find one more that we like here. So let's see. Wnba Bonner we already talked about. I mean, it's really going to come down to 2 different other props that I like. And unfortunately, the Jones one got bumped, so that's going to take that out of the equation. You know what I'm actually going to do is these are my top 5 right now on the board for the ones I've already played. So rather than forcing a 6th one, let's play the 5-pick flex for the stream today. 5 free picks, 10 extra money. It's an optimal slip type. It makes a lot of sense, and we're not forcing any props. I like all these props quite a bit. So I'm going to send this over to them right now. But this is what we'll be going for with the stream. All these picks we discussed. As long as there's no bumps, I'll lock this in right now and send it over to them. And then I'll pull it up on the screen so you can see me officially locked in with it. And we'll continue along to some MLB picks. We'll continue along to some MLB here second. And try to give you some more results like the slip you're seeing on the screen. I think for MLB, I may be able to share with you a full 6-pick flex is the hope. So let's do that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and our 5th one would be Bonner. So I like these props a lot. These 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I haven't locked in a 5-pick flex in forever on Prizepicks. So I don't even know like what they let me get down. They always let me get down 40 on the 6-pick flexes. Let's see here. Maximum lineups. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out after the stream here. So let's see. All right, cool. So that'll be our 5 here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll continue along here, MLB, I promise, guys. They're letting me get 50 down on this, so gonna rock with that. Sorry for the delay. We'll go to MLB soon here. Doing 1,000 things at once, as always. I think they might actually let me win $1,000 per athlete on these 5 picks, which is interesting. I haven't tried this in forever. KJK, DFS, YouTube, live stream, WNBA ticket. All right, guys, I'm locked and loaded. I'm gonna give them a solid 60 seconds to lock in that slip, just in case there's any crazy bumps or anything going on. They get an opportunity. If we need to pivot, I will. I still got you on the free portion of things here. Go, John Quill, first half fantasy score. Driving and watching your video. Well, you can listen as well, so drive and listen. Don't be wrecking on the side for the stream. If we hit or if we are close to win anything, I promise I'll be one of your new subscribers. All right, man. Yeah, I'd love to have you join. I'm doing that refund giveaway till 11:59 tonight. You know, like midnight tonight. So I would highly recommend you join now if you're willing to do that and get refunded. The only thing is it's 5 to 7 business days for the refund. So if you're not wanting to do that because of that, I understand. I just have to do it the way I have to do it. But after I get on this off the stream, anyone that's signed up, I'll leave it at the top of the comments. And anyone that takes advantage of that will get that refund immediately for the free month. So, all right. So this is what we got here. Let's go ahead and refresh this bad boy. And what is going on? This is what we got for the stream slip. All right, guys, we got the Caitlin Clark over 3.5 3-pointers made. Alyssa Thomas over 8.5 assists. Aaliyah Boston over 11.5 points. Alyssa Smith over 7.5 rebounds, and DeWanna Bonner over 1.5 3-pointers made. So that will be our official stream slip when it comes to the WNBA. So go ahead and lock in these ladies. These will be the 5. Let me know once you locked in. Let me know. Hit the like, keep hitting the like button, and then we'll run through some quick MLB plays as well. I just want to ensure everyone had the opportunity to lock this in. Once you had the opportunity to lock it in, let me know. It's been a while since I've ran a 5-pick here. This is interesting. Might be something I have to look a little bit more into doing. A little bit more. Those 6-pick flexes are just, you know, they're enticing. If you could get some nice correlation in there for the big 25x long term, they're both optimal, so you can run either type of slip. If you want the 10x, the 25x, it doesn't really matter. All that matters is you get those sweeps. Let me know once you lock this in, guys, please. I don't see anyone in the chat having locked it in yet. Let's see. I'm in VIP J Smack. It's worth it. Thank you, J Smack, for saying that. You, of all people, know the amount of effort and time I put into it, so I appreciate you saying that. So Reek says locked in. Love it, man. So you're locked in. Play 1 unit on this, guys, whatever your unit size is. Don't play 50 just because I'm playing 50. If you typically play like only $5, don't play 50 because I'm playing 50. You know what I mean? I really like the plays. You always got to be responsible with your bankroll. So if you're someone that's typically playing $5 and then you come on my stream and you see on my screen that I'm playing 50, you know, don't do that, please. Because you're going to go bankrupt long term. You got to play smart with whatever you have. So, you know, it's building blocks. So you start with the 5, you win a bunch, then you go up to the 10, then you go up to the 20, the 30, the 40, the 50, the 60, the 100, whatever it's going to let you put. And then eventually they're going to start saying you can't put as much as you want to, because that's how these apps work in the sports books. They don't like it when you win, and they won't let you play as much. It's just how it goes. All right, so that's our first one. Let's do MLB. We can be pretty quicker with this one because I want to be out of here in about 10 to 12 minutes. So that'll be our WNBA portion of the program. And let's get into MLB. What's available on the MLB board that I've already taken? We can start things off with Kyle Tucker. I put him on the thumbnail for a reason here. As I'm actually, you know what though? You know what I really want to do, if at all possible? And I don't know if this is possible, people, but I just want to share an actual 6-pick flex that I locked in with you guys for MLB because I'm capped out on these picks. I can't place anymore. The WNBA had a little wiggle room to be able to place a little bit more. I think I'm pretty capped on my account as far as the max winnings per athlete. They're going to let me win on these MLB plays. So if I can, I'm going to share with you an exact ticket. Let's hope that I can. And let's see here. A lot of these plays have been bumped on, but I have multiple tickets going on. So if I have to just pull up the plays on the screen and tell you, I will. But like I said, ideally, I'd like to share an exact ticket. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But maybe they'll let me do the 5-pick like we just did. So anyways, we can start things off with Kyle Tucker. But I don't think they're going to let me do this in a 5-pick. I like Kyle Tucker a lot. He's taking on Detmers tonight, Reed Detmers, who's a lefty that's had issues versus opposing lefties. It's a rare thing. Usually in the MLB or in baseball, when you're facing the same handedness of hitter, you're going to have a bit of an advantage. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to hit you. But with the Reed Detmer situation, he's really been struggling versus left-handed hitters throughout the season. So we can talk about that real quick. Astros have a high implied total. And like I said, Detmers has been stinking versus left-handed hitting. He's got a 32% K rate, but he's given up a 255 ISO, a 350 Wnba, And Tucker is hitting lefties very effectively. 333 ISO, 436 Wnba. He only strikes out 18% of the time, which the only really good thing that Detmers is good at is striking people out. So that makes sense. So, I mean, he's going to profile very well here. That's all going to be factored in the odds. And if we head on over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, this nice little tool that I've been talking about throughout this stream, it is the best possible prop on the board, according to them, weighing in every single piece of Vegas data available in on DraftKings and BetMGM. So he's projected to go out there and put up 8.2 on DK with all the lines factored in and 8.3 on BetMGM. So we have two different data points telling us the over on this play is very good. And I agree, factoring in all of that data, like I said. And then you want to be looking at the implied run total for this team as well. In MLB, if you're new to MLB, you know, obviously the team needs to be scoring runs for him to produce fantasy points. And when it comes to the Astros implied run total tonight, we're looking at 4.78 implied runs for them. It's in Houston, pretty good hitting environment as well. And the Angels bullpen isn't the greatest. The Angels kind of stink as a franchise. So there's the first one that I like today. I think Framber got bumped, which is another prop I would want to share with you if at all possible, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. He's at 30. Yeah, I got this at 32.5. So like, let's just get straight to the point, right? This is the 6-pick flex I locked in this morning, right? Multiple of these plays are not going to be available. It just is what it is. Reed Detmers got bumped down, right? Or taken off the board. I think both of them. So I like his under 4.5 strikeouts a ton. There was a ton of value in it. The Astros just don't strike out versus left-handed pitching. They don't strike out a lot in general. So we were looking at some really good value on him, and all the data matches up, right? So if we factor in all the Vegas data, the market was just ripping towards his under with all these things we've been talking about in the stream. And then if you actually pull up the numbers, like, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, look at these strikeout rates, right? They don't strike out. 19, 18, 20, 6%, 11%, 14%. The only guy in the entire lineup that's red on this tool that I'm using that's showing a high strikeout rate with a 31% K rate is John Singleton in the 7 spot. And there's honestly not even a guarantee he makes the lineup. The Astros could spice things up a little bit and maybe throw in another right-handed bat with a lower K rate or something, okay? So that all makes sense. So with that being said, like, Framber's been bumped up. He's at 32.5. Like, I don't really know that I want to promote this play anymore. It's kind of a big bump. Yamamoto at 36.5, though, you can still get. So, like, Framber is probably going to be a no for me. Yamamoto, I like. I like Altuve. Altuve has stolen base upside, and he's taken on Detmers, who, once again, if he's not striking guys out, he gives up quite a bit of hard contact. So I do like Altuve. I like Shohei Ohtani. They're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are expected to roll out an opener and Joe Mantiply, who's pretty good versus left-handed hitting, but then they're going to trade things on over to the long reliever in Sassoni, who's been terrible versus left-handed hitting. So if we were to pull up Mantiply's numbers here, it's not looking too good for Ohtani. He's been a little bit tougher on left-handed hitting, but we can go ahead and we can pull up the long reliever in SLATE Sassoni that's expected to come in out of the pen after. He sucks versus left-handed hitting. So Ohtani's got a lot of stolen base upside as well. He's one of the top leaders in the entire MLB for stolen bases right now. That's going to help you in the fantasy scoring format. He's hitting lefties very effectively. We've got green across the board here. And he gets to take on SLATE Sassoni out of the bullpen. That's been really bad. So, like, when I pull up the Vegas data and I'm explaining how it's a good play because you have to risk like 130 and people are like, does this guy even watch sports? I know what he's talking about. All of this data is underlying behind this, okay? So yes, I know. Yes, I do research. And yes, I also use the market for my picks. Yes. I have 70,000 data points that I look at for my props before I lock them in. They're very advanced research. So I'm not just knowing ball and playing props here, okay? So I like those 4. The problem is I don't know what else we can take because Framber got bumped up. I'm wondering if they're going to let me put in another 5 pick. Maybe. I don't think they're going to. I think they're... I might have found a little trick, but I don't know. They typically give me that little message at the top that says max winnings per athlete. Lately, it's been $5,000. So I don't think I can win more than that on the same pick. But if I can, I guess we'll find out live together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'd like to do one more. We had some strikeout props that I liked. Ryan Weathers, I like the over at 4.5. I think he's the last strikeout prop that I had that hasn't been bumped. And once again, there's going to be data behind this, and there's also going to be Vegas data. You know, there's going to be underlying metrics. I'm getting a payout shift if I were to do the 5. So this is another reason I like the 6 for baseball, because I like to get those 2 hitters together on the same team. And if I go down to a 5 pick, I can't do that without the payout shifting. So that's another reason I like the 6 picks over the 5 picks personally. They're both minus 119 implied odds. They're the same exact implied odds. One's 25x, one's... What about Detmer's under pitching outs? I liked that play on Betr because you can get it at 16.5 on Prizepicks. It's been bumped down to 16.0. So no on Prizepicks, yes on Betr, which I can give out some quick... I can give out some quick Betr tickets to wrap up this stream. But I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to lock this in with you guys. I might just have to pull the picks up on the screen like I'm doing right now, which stinks. But like I already showed you, like my actual 6-pick flex that I locked in is that one that I had brought up here. And unfortunately, you can't get Detmers anymore. And you can't get Framber at this line. He's been bumped. So... that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 picks that I can promote on that slip. And then, is there another prop that I can promote that has not been bumped? And I don't really think so. Well, there's a Nerfy. Oh, and then Pablo Lopez. What am I talking about? Right? Yeah. Pablo Lopez, hopefully he hasn't been bumped. I like him a lot today. Reese Olson and Kremer have been bumped. I guarantee that. Those plays were really good. And they're going to be bumped. So I got Dean Kremer strikeouts. They took that off the board. I got Reese Olson's pitching outs at 16.5. They bumped it up to 17.0 because there was too good a value. So the last 2 props I can promote to you that I think are going to be available here are really solid props if they haven't been bumped. I like this Pablo Lopez pitcher fantasy score. But like I said, the problem is I'm not going to be able to lock this in a 6-pick. So I wonder if I can do a 5-pick here. Let's try it out. Why not? I don't think they're going to let me, but I'll try it on this side screen. And worst case, I just promote the... maybe they will, though. They let me do the WNBA, man. So maybe they will. Tucker, Otani, Yamamoto, Pablo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, something just happened. Ryan Weathers just got bumped to 5.0 as I'm speaking. See, this is what happens, people. Am I surprised by that? No. Because it's a good prop. So, the good news is that's going to make it really easy to pick the 5 we want to go with because we can't take Weathers anymore because he just got bumped. So that's the good news out of this. That's the good news. So, let's do this. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I lost my train of thought. What was the 5th one that I was going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't do Altuve because there's going to be a payout shift in a 5-pick. So that's a no for me. We could do Sonny Gray, though. I have exposure to him as well. So let's see if they're going to let me do this thing, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They did. That's insane. I did not know I could do this. Okay. That's honestly good news for me. Okay. That's interesting. If I were to try to lock this into a 6 pick, it would say max winnings per athlete is 5,000. But with a 5 pick, they like me. That is interesting. Okay, so let me send this in real quick to the Discord, to the VIP, and then I'll pull it up and we'll have two 5 picks on the stream today. Boom. Done. If you have any questions in the chat, guys, now would be a great time to ask them before I head out the door. I will be pulling up a full 5 pick for MLB, so we'll have a 5 pick flex and a WNBA 5 pick flex, 2 free on the stream today. And just keep in mind, these are all plays I've already locked into 6 pick flexes. We're just doing a different combination of the props. So they've all been heavily researched. They're all at the same exact line I got them at. I'm putting my own money on them. I'm supplying them to my VIP members, so I really want them to do well. There's no BS of just clicking and highlighting on the screen and then not backing it with my own money on this channel. I'm always backing my own money. I'm always promoting plays that I'm playing. So that's like very important to me that I take it seriously, and I always back the plays I promote. I don't take that lightly. Okay, so let's do... Send it in. I'll be pulling up on the screen here in about 30 seconds. All right, people. As soon as I send them, which I just did right now. So, all right. Now's a great time for questions in the chat. Yeah, a solid 5 pick here. All the picks, like I said, I've already got exposure to earlier, so I'm perfectly comfortable locking them in some more on the stream. Once again, if you're just tuning in, guys, I'm doing a VIP refund giveaway for new users to the KJK VIP package. It is on Patreon. If you are someone that has never tried this product, and if I get good feedback from this, I'd love to do even more. If you purchase it, I'm going to refund you immediately. All that you have to do to be qualified is 1, like the stream, 2, leave a comment in the chat or the comments when the stream's over, and 3, never have been a member before. I can see on the back end if you've signed up before and you've been a member in the past. So this is going to be for new members. But if you are a new member, I'm going to refund you immediately. So you get that first month for free. And check out my community page. You're going to see all of the results from last night that I posted here tonight for these DFS apps. We had the sweep on Sleeper. This is my own ticket. I turned 500 into 1390. Going with the Corbin Burns over 6.5 strikeouts and the Jokic over 15.5 PRA. So that's one platform we use. Sleeper. Prizepicks, we had 2 sweeps. The first one, we ran this pitcher combo with Schwarber and Harper. The second one, we ran the pitcher combo with Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson. Both swept, so big wins there. Had another VIP sleeper play hit the night before. So if you just go to my YouTube community page, you can see kind of what's going on over there, man. A bunch of different value on a bunch of different apps. So anyways, let's pull up this slip. This is what we got. Truthfully, are these like my top 5 props on the board right now? Like, I like them. The Sonny Gray one is probably my least favorite. factoring in everything like his odds to acquire the win and the quality start and all that stuff. But I mean, all the other props that I would have really liked to promote have been bumped, so it just is what it is. I did actually play the Sunny Gray prop. I'm just being honest, like, just thinking out loud here, like that probably my least favorite, but I like them all. I need him the cash for the 6 picks sweep over in the VIP anyways. Might as well get some more exposure to them and provide them to you for free. And then the main thing for me is just showing that I'm actually playing the plays and I back them with my own money, and that there's a lot of research that goes into these. You know, it's important to me that you guys know that. Let's see. Got some questions about Betr picks. I can pull up the last Betr picks MLB ticket that I locked in real quick before we head out the door as well, and I'll give it out to you. So the big thing though is I don't know if any of these are still available. I'm just gonna pull them up and hopefully they're available, and if they are, go ahead and lock these in over there. Betr picks is very valuable because there's no pushes over there. You can get value you can't get on Prizepicks, and they have a really good deposit match offer for you guys, up to $250 with my promo code KJKDFS. So if you haven't gotten the Betr app, get it now and play any of these props that are still available. Okay, so this is the last Betr ticket that I played. I don't know if these are still available. I hope they are. Pablo Lopez over 20.5 fantasy points. We talked about liking him on Prizepicks as well. The fantasy scoring format is different on Betr picks. Okay, so be careful with that. I know the fantasy scoring format very well. Betr picks has the same exact fantasy scoring format as DraftKings, MLB, DFS, and are very similar. I have to fact check myself on the exact same, but I'm pretty sure it's the exact same, honestly. And Prizepicks has the exact fantasy scoring format. I know they do, of FanDuel, MLB, DFS, which I did for years before this. I'm very familiar with how they score these things. So, but I want to make it known the fantasy scoring format on Betr picks for pitching is different. Okay, so that's very important to know. The hitting is the exact same, I'm pretty sure. Once again, I want to fact check myself on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. Pretty positive. So Pablo Lopez over 20.5 fantasy points. Miranda under 1.5 total bases. Ryan Weathers over 4.5 strikeouts. Reed Detmers over 5.5 hits allowed. Waka over 5.5 hits allowed. And Ohtani over 8.5 fantasy points. Once again, these guys limit me to 5-6 pick dynamic plays a day, so there's always going to be limits on your account when you're playing optimally. Typically, that's just kind of how this goes. But here's another one I locked in. If you can get any of these props, I don't think they're going to be available though. Like, is my guess. So Reese Olson over 16.5 pitching outs. Michael Waka over 5.5 hits allowed. Tyler McGill under 3.5 strikeouts. Like, I'm guessing a lot of these are off the board now. So, let me see. I got the GGF optimizer pulled up here on this. Miranda's still available. You might be able to run that last one that I had pulled up. Let's just pull up the actual board. I got to get out of here soon, but I'll stick around for another 5 minutes. See if I can find these props. So if I can, I'll lock in a 5 pick with you guys right now. So if they're gonna let me. So we like the Pablo Lopez fantasy on the over. I got I did get, is Miranda in the lineup? Did the lineups get released yet? I doubt it. That's the other thing, is if you're taking hitting props, there's a chance the guy's not in the lineup. Miranda's in. Okay, perfect. It's out. So let's run that. And guys, you can scroll across the top on Betr picks for the players, projections, in games. I get a lot of like questions about how to navigate this app, honestly, from my members like all the time, because they're like, they can't find a prop or something. There's multiple things you could do. So like I could just go over to like total bases if I wanted to and scroll through that way. It's going to give like all those boosts that they have available on the app. I find it easier depending upon the prop. So if it's a pitching prop, I'll just go to the projections and it's easier to find. So like for hits allowed, for instance, I like the over on Wnba. That's a prop I have exposure to. And this, what's crazy about this prop, guys, is Michael Wacha's hits allowed is actually, I tweeted out earlier. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me over there. I'm actually going to drop this link in the chat. I'll share the link to this tweet I gave out. I tweeted out earlier, like, this is literally a green goblin on Prizepicks that you can't get on Prizepicks that you can get on Betr, which is kind of insane. It's like a really good value. So click on that link that I just dropped in the chat and head on over to my Twitter and read that full breakdown I gave. Because it's pretty insane the value you can get on Betr as compared to Prizepicks here. You can see if we pull up Wnba. Well, it's been changed now. This was a green goblin, so you can actually get it Prizepicks, which is a bonus here. If you're listening, you're getting another pick for your Prizepicks entries, so that's good. Did the Detroit Tigers release like some terrible lineup or something? Let's hope that's not the case. They haven't dropped their lineup yet. The Tigers are one of those teams that they don't have that flashy name value, and everyone kind of still thinks they suck, and they kind of do, but like they're kind of not that bad anymore. So especially on the hits allowed prop, like I feel pretty comfortable targeting Wnba here. He's pretty bad against left-handed hitting as well, which is a nice little bonus for us. But let's continue along here. I'll try to build a full 5-pick dynamic because I'm capped out on my 6-pick dynamics. And share it with you guys with props I already have exposure to. So what do we got in here so far? We got Lopez, Wnba. We talked about the Reed Detmers under on pitching outs, if that's still available. It is, so we'll take the under over here because it's bumped down to 16 even on Prizepicks. We can get the Miranda total bases still, someone had mentioned. So we'll go with him. That's on the under once again, okay? And then lastly, what's another prop that I'm on over here? Well, to be honest with you, I've taken Ohtani fantasy more than Tucker fantasy because you can't take a hitter versus a pitcher. And being that we have exposure to Detmers here, and I have exposure in my other tickets to his props on the under, we can't take the Kyle Tucker fantasy score or the hits, runs, and RBIs against him, unfortunately. So our last play, we can rock with the Ohtani fantasy. Like I said, I like this spot a lot for him. He's starting off against a lefty, but then they're expected to bring in the bullpen and an arm that's really struggles versus left-handed hitting. So that's going to be a nice little spot for us here. So if you don't have the Betr app, go ahead and get it right now, guys. Use that promo code KJKDFest, and they're going to give you $250. And then lock in this 5-pick right now. I'll lock it in with you guys. Sometimes my streaming software doesn't like my location when I'm projecting my phone. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different. We're playing a dynamic play, okay, guys? You only want to be playing dynamic plays. They let me put up to $100. Once again, if that's too much for you, don't do that. That's the only thing I hate showing on streams and on content as to what I'm actually playing. I hate it because I don't want somebody coming in and putting $100 when they shouldn't be, okay? So just play what you typically do. They will let you play all the way down to $1 on on Betr picks, by the way. That's another cool thing about Betr. Prizepicks, it's a $5 maximum. I'm sorry, $5 minimum. On Betr picks, they're gonna let you do down to $1 unless something's changed. Okay, so I'm gonna do 100. Don't do that if that's too much for you. Okay, that's what I do. And these are the plays. I'll pull it up after, but the Pablo Lopez over 20.5 fantasy score. Michael Wacha over 5.5 hits allowed. Reed Detmers under 16.5 pitching outs. Miranda under 1.5 bases, and the Ohtani fantasy points over. Okay, let's see if they're gonna let me lock this bad boy in. See, location failure. So all I have to do right now is unplug my I gotta unplug my phone from my streaming software and then place it and then replug it, and I'll be able to lock it in. So let's do this thing. So okay, good. Let me I'm gonna share it with my Discord real quick, guys, and then I'll pull it up on the screen just to ensure everyone sees the final placed entry here. Let's see, KJK, DFS, YouTube, live stream, Betr picks, MLB ticket. And once again, guys, we already have exposure to these props, so like there's no guarantee people in my VIP are going to lock this in again. You don't have to. Like, I just do it to show on the streams that I'm actually backing my plays, all that, and let you guys know that I am indeed backing the plays, right? Like, all right, so let's pull up this bad boy, and then we'll head out the door. Okay, boom. That's what we got. Pablo Lopez, over 20.5 fantasy points. Jose Miranda, under 1.5 total bases. Michael Wacha, over 5.5 hits allowed. Reed Detmers, under 16.5 pitching outs. Shohei Ohtani, over 8.5 fantasy points, okay? It is a 5-pick dynamic play. This is the breakdown, guys. If we get 5 correct, we're going to 10x our money. If we get 4 correct, we're going to 2.5x our cash, okay? And these are all the same concepts I went over. There's a bunch of data going into these picks. Vegas data. I'm looking on the back end at the exact matchups, hitter, batter versus hitter, all that stuff. So let me know once you lock this in, if you would, please, in the chat. Go ahead and leave a like, comment if you want to enter that VIP giveaway, man. You know, sign up, and if you're someone that hasn't been a member before, I'm going to do that offer until midnight tonight, and I'm going to try to do more of that. I'm going to try to give away more. I just want new people to have an opportunity. If you're someone that's tried it and you didn't like the product and you left, you know, respect, wish you the best of luck with whatever you do. But if you're someone that hasn't given it a try, and the biggest thing I hear for feedback is the costs, and I guarantee if you sign up, take advantage of that refund offer and see what's going on in there, you're going to realize very quickly that $49.99 a month is nothing. There's a lot of time, effort, and resources. And quite frankly, there's like thousands of dollars of software and stuff that I pay for, have access to, use for research, that allows you to take these plays using all of these resources and not paying for them outside of my service. That would cost you hundreds of dollars a month. So hopefully that all makes sense. Ohtani over 8.5 fantasy points. Reed Detmers less than 16.5 pitching outs. Michael Wacha over 5.5 hits allowed. Miranda under 1.5 total bases, and Pablo Lopez over 20.5 fantasy points is going to be our Betr picks 5-pick dynamic entry for the stream today. Okay, that's Betr picks. We'll review the prize picks real quick before we head out. For those of you that might have just tuned in, and for those that might be coming swinging by after and looking at the stream after the recorded versions processed, this is what we got for the MLB. It's going to be a 5-pick flex. Kyle Tucker over 7.5 hitter fantasy score. Shohei Ohtani over 8.5 hitter fantasy score. With the Yamamoto over 36.5 pitcher fantasy score. Lopez over 36.5 fantasy score, and Sonny Gray over 33.5 fantasy score. That's going to be our Prizepicks MLB for the stream, and our WNBA for the stream is going to be Caitlin Clark over 3.5 3-pointers made, Alyssa Thomas over 8.5 assists, Aliyah Boston over 11.5 points, Nalissa Smith over 7.5 rebounds, and Dewana Bonner over 1.5 3-pointers. Thank you for tuning into the stream today. If you enjoyed, before you leave, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. You don't miss any future streams. I'll be dropping the details of the giveaway as the pinned comment on this after I'm out of here, so everybody can read the details, and if you qualify, you'll be able to get that immediate refund and get your first month free over in the VIP. AOD says, you're the GoPro. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you for the support. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. I'll be out of here. I'll see you in the next one, doing a lot more streams, doing more content. So be on the lookout, people. Be on the lookout.